Alright, I jumped in this one. We were doing pretty good to start with. Most all the fighting was down there. I came in a little late. I want to point out Dupla underscore X or underline X, Kai 43 down here. He was pretty contributing into this battle. I usually start out on the runway and come in low and go for ground targets down here in Area A. And I was watching this HK6. He actually took out the first base to the right. I was kind of heading for that, but I was watching him. And then he was curving back around and stuff and flying low, so I didn't know if he had enough ordnance to put some more on the second base. So I headed towards this base over here. I got an 800 kilogram bomb. The only thing I don't like about the Kate is I wish they had at least 230 caliber machine guns on the front of the thing. So I went to bomber mode, and then I got my crosshairs on there, and then I started heading back towards the base. Nice thing about an 800 kilogram bomb is it's enough to take out a whole base all by itself in these random battles. Except for probably on the special they just had where we were flying the B-17s over the Ruhr, over the factory and stuff. So we were kicking butt in the beginning pretty good here. And I ran into some what appeared to be, they had 3 bombers that were AI bombers, but they didn't show them on the menu, but they're there. You can see one smoking and then the other 2 there. I really got to train up my gunner. He's kind of dumb. He tends to shoot at things if they're right straight in front of him, but I click on these guys all the time and get in a place where he could shoot at him. He doesn't shoot at him. I had this MiG here. I was hoping this MiG would turn around and follow me into the airport. Sometimes they follow me. Now see, Dupla just took out that bi-wing, that I-15. Then he went over that MiG, so that MiG had stuff to worry about besides me. It doesn't work too much. It usually doesn't work as well as I like it to, but every once in a while somebody follows me and the AA gets them. And I don't get credit for killing them, but if they chase me around an airfield and the AA gets them, then so now we're about 7 minutes into this battle. We're still doing pretty good. We took out 2 bases. It doesn't show the vehicle count right now, but we were just a few ahead of them on the vehicles. I was kind of keeping an eye out there on that other I-15 and Duplex there. And Philly Philly was doing pretty good with him. And I think I was looking at, let's see, it got to the point, Philly got shot down. Me and Dupla X are the only two people left in the game at this point. Against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, they're showing it now, and they're showing what they were flying in, but when you're playing this, you don't know what they are. You just know you got 6 guys out there. So it was us 2 against 6. And they actually had 3 bombers, 2 fighters, against 1 fighter, and me being in this Kate with no forward guns. So, and at this point we were still, I think, 2 ahead of them on vehicles, 2 or 3 ahead of them on vehicles. So I figured I'd go over and see if I could get some kind of an angle on hitting this base without getting shot at. You can actually see them out there flying in a circle, unless that's the AIs that we're leaving, because here's a fighter down here, or that ground attack plane. And there's Dupla X. I think he is actually heading back to the field at this time. And anyways, didn't take them very long to where they come over and bombed some vehicles and got ahead of us on the vehicles. So what I did do is I flew pretty much way around to get some altitude. It was tempting to rush into A there and try to blow up some ground vehicles. Now on the replay you can see the AA guns up to their airfield over there, but when you're playing this you can't see those unless you get up real close. And pretty shortly here they'll take out the vehicles. I kind of had the attitude or the mentality that I was pretty happy with myself because I had took out a base, and if I could get a second strike on this other base, because I figured we were going to lose. Oh, I thought he was heading back to the base, but he must have been out there tangling with somebody still. But at this point they still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 against us 2. And see, now you notice the bar drop down. They had bombed a couple of our vehicles, so we're at this point we're losing. The roles totally reversed. So again, I was just figuring it wasn't too bad of a game. If I could get a second strike on this base, so if I could take this third base out, I'd be happy about it, but that wouldn't be enough to cause us to win, because now they were ahead of us on vehicles, and I was the only bomber left in the game. And Dupla X is over here. He's heading to the base to land, rearm. And I figured what usually happens is you got one guy alone out there and there's 7 vehicles. Yep, still 7 vehicles, except for we got 2 are faded out, so I'm figuring they'll catch him on the airfield. He'll either get bombed or shot up on the airfield. Best we can hope for is that somebody will head over there to shoot him, and then maybe the AA will get him. Like I said, it's not really nothing to plan on. I've tried to use that a few times, and there's been a few times it's actually worked, but you usually don't win a game doing that. You can still see them 4 bombers way out in the distance. I think those are the AI bombers. Notice I'm still way over west on the map, over my bases, which I didn't know if they had bombers left or fighters left, but I just assume when there's 7 that there's at least 5 fighters and 2 bombers. So I don't want to run into any of the fighters, or at least I'm hoping by the time I run into them, they're flying low and I'm over the base. I can still bomb their base before they get up to shoot me down. Now we're just over halfway through this game as far as the time running. I'm still climbing. I'm headed north at this point. I'm heading towards basically towards their air base. I don't want to get too close there. They'll be starting to ping me with AA, or I might run into somebody that's coming up off of that's rearmed. Every once in a while I check back. Dupla's still over there. I think he done landed, or he's fixing to land. I think he already landed and was heading back up though. Yeah, because he's getting closer to me, so. No, he's still going away, but I think he's just flying. Yeah, he's heading off the base. You can see it on the little mini map. And I've turned away from their air base a little bit. And started headed towards this base. I got almost 25, I got 2,400 meters, so. And at this point I wasn't really seeing anybody. So they're either real awfully low in A, or they're on their field. So I was kind of happy about that. Didn't seem like nobody was up here high. So my plan was working so far. I was crossing my fingers to see if I couldn't get a run on this base, take out their last base, at least get the points, because it's pretty obvious we're going to lose. They just took out a couple more vehicles. They're down in A. Brave Dupla is heading up in there. As far as I know, there's 7 planes down in there. I guess we could check. Maybe there's a few gone by now, but I think there's still 7. At this point there was 6, so somebody crashed or got shot down by A or something, but there's still 6 of them. Like I said, I didn't know. There's 3 bombers, 1 ground attack, and there's 2 I-15s, which pretty damn little maneuverable planes to be fighting with a Ki-43 there. 1 on 2, let alone if it gets near them bombers, then bombers will, the gunners could hit him. So he was one-manning it down there while I was way up here. Of course, I'm not any dogfighting help. But I was happy. I'm going to get some more points for killing this base if the time don't run out, which is what I was worried about now, because all I had to do is take out about 2-3 more vehicles and I think we were done. But I got my target, got my crosshairs, dropped my bomb. So that should take care of that base. There she goes. I got the base. So I was happy about that. But we're still losing, so not much I can do now. I could go down and see if I could draw some of the bombers off of him and maybe so he's down here fighting for his life in A, and he's shooting bombers. I don't know where their fighters at. Maybe their fighters were still over the airfield or something. Because he's down here taking care of business while I'm way up in the air there, 9 kilometers away. And I think he actually got one of those fighters. Oh no, there's another fighter there. That fighter's carrying rockets. So there was 3 fighters against him, and this one's a premium. So there's 1 ground attack airplane. There's still a bomber out there somewhere, and there's 2 fighters at this point. So he was actually dealing with 3 fighters, a ground attack airplane, and 2 bombers. that guy crash? No. So now it's 2 on 4. So I was up in the air. I realized it was 2 on 4. I was a little bit happy. I thought that was kind of cool. But you see how close we are coming to losing. All we need is for that guy's bomber, their bomber, to come basically blow up a ground vehicle, and we're done. So he's coming back in again to land. He's already landed once and reloaded. I've landed and reloaded. Oh, he just ripped his flap off. I don't know what kind of speed he's using, but he's coming in pretty hot. Whoa, dude. There you go. Hope he can make it down. He must be out of rounds because he ain't even using his bullets to rearm. If I was dead, he'd be dead right now probably, because he'd be probably considered a crashed aircraft. Yeah, that wasn't too bad of a landing for all that. And at this point, I'm coming into land. And I'm actually going to 400 kilometers an hour, so best thing I can do is try to come around to the back and not try to land straight, because I'm just hauling butt. I cut my throttle totally, but I was going 400 kilometers an hour, so I actually slowed down pretty darn quick, but I'm pretty high over the field there. So, and then he disappeared. He actually, it showed like he was, oh, it disconnected him. Wow, interesting. I figured he was done. I figured he crashed. That's pretty interesting. It actually disconnected him. And we got 6 minutes left. And he's back in the game. And he's on the runway. So that's pretty amazing because he disconnected. So I don't know if his internet boned him. Now at this point I'm figuring that we're going to get shot on the field. There's still 4 of them guys out there. But I got the runway in front of me, so I come around and land. Ah, and there's an I-15, and that's, I think, the premium. Nope, that's not the premium. That's the guy that's not the premium. So it's not showing the bomber, but he's still okay. It just says unknown. So there's still 4 of them out there. And while I land and reload, we'll get up on Dupa and watch what he's doing. This guy's a hell of a fighter pilot. I was really impressed. I'm an average to okay fighter pilot, and I seem to do pretty good. And I kept watching that bar. All they need to do, basically, all they had to do probably is bomb 1 or 2 tanks, and we were done. So I was rearming and see if I could come up and come after some vehicle. And Dupa's up here with this I-15. And did he just get shot down by AA? Oh no, he just got invisible. Oh, there you go, guy. He got him. Set him on fire. And then turned away, which is pretty cool. They didn't give him a chance to do the little dogfight number on him real quick. Now hopefully that guy's done for. He's done for. That was pretty lucky. And you see all this AA, all this anti-aircraft he's moving through. Meanwhile, I think at this point I'm taking back off. Yep, taking back off. I got another 800 kilogram bomb, and I'm watching Dupla out there. Now these guys now, they got a bomber, a premium fighter, and a ground attacker. And Dupla's out here checking out for them. I'm still 10 kilometers away. The only hope in hell we got of winning this is if I can drop some bombs on some tanks. And if you notice, there's 3 tanks over here and a couple artillery pieces and stuff. So at first I pegged in on that artillery that's right in front of me, but I noticed there's a couple tanks behind it. So our only chance is me hitting them tanks and hoping that I hit them. Don't have a bad bomb drop. Dupla's actually heading towards their airfield, which is cool. If he could catch one or two of these guys on the ground and shoot them up without getting shot down by the AA. I don't know if they're already up in the air or not. We can take a peek. Oh, this guy's wrecked on the ground. He's done for, so he was out of the game, and I had no idea he was out of the game. This guy's flying over towards the tanks. And I guess that guy was on the ground too. So actually at this point it was 2 on 1 in a sense, but not really 2 on 1. It was 1 on 1 because it was Dupla against this guy. And those guys are just alive because they're staying in the game and they still got a vehicle that's not dead. And here comes Dupla going after this bomber. And here I'm coming. I dropped my bomb and I actually took out 3 ground units. So I was happy about that. That put us. We were still losing, but we were a lot closer to winning. Oh, and the bomber gunner got Dupla here. I didn't see that, but he's trying to stay on that bomber. As far as I know, there's still a couple guys in the fight here, and that guy crashed, and that made us the winner. Of course, we would have still won, because there's no way those guys on the grounds were going to shoot down my Kate. And Dupla got ate up because of the gunners on the bomber, but we still won, which was awesome. That was epic. And I wrote to him in chat and asked him, could we put it on YouTube? And he said, yeah, go ahead. That was epic battle. Epic.